What's up, honeys? It's KBC. Shalom Alaikum. I am back with another video. So I just want to, expand on me talking about Tyler Perry and this light bill situation. I have that video where I'm talking about the spiritual implications behind that on my Mocha Modesty channel. But I wanted to talk about it with y'all because a lot of y'all have been coming to me asking me what my thoughts were about it, because y'all know that I get fired up about this sort of stuff.
I already know it's your girl BritneyChanel.
But I just wanted to tell y'all that this is something that I've been telling y'all since that Kevin Samuels movement. Okay, there is basically what's going on. The enemy wants to get this gender war going, because when you have melanated man and melanated woman feuding back and forth, there is no procreation and going forth and multiplying and continuing, I would say, the melanated Yasharelite seed going forth. Okay, I'm not talking about everybody that's melanated, because everybody that's melanated is not the same seed line. I'm talking about the Yasharelite brothers and sisters that they kind of perpetuate this stuff too. And you just gotta think about this. Anywhere where our people are held, you're gonna see prosperity. You're gonna see rich people on top, right? Because our people, with us comes the blessings, okay? So what they do is to continuously extract our blessings from us that the Most High God put forth on us. They continue to kind of perpetuate this witchcraft and demonic type of activity that takes us to a low state in which they can then extract the blessings and continue. This is why they perpetuate this, the sexy reds and the Sukianas. And the crazy thing is, like, a lot of Yasharelite men, they make these videos talking about these characters, not realizing that these, to me, with these people are people, demonic entities playing a character, okay? That's when I look at certain individuals, that's what I see when they're perpetuating these agendas to our community. So I had to say that to lead and lay the foundation. So Tyler Perry is no different. Tyler Perry is no different. Tyler Perry has been peddling his struggle love movies to the melanated community for the longest time. He's been peddling the Big Mama. It ain't nothing but like a spinoff of like Big Mama's House, where Martin did it. Martin did it. So he did nothing but peddle that same misrepresentation of our melanated nanas, aunties, and folks from the community. And see, I'm gonna tell y'all, they sit around and they laugh. They feed the community poison, and then they laugh at y'all while they're taking money to the bank. This is how they've been doing this, y'all, since the beginning. It's the bait and switch. I'm gonna perpetuate this to you. I'm gonna perpetuate mediocrity to you, all while that wasn't good enough for me. And you'll hear a lot of these people, they'll perpetuate this toxic music to your children and then say, oh, I don't want my kids listening to this. They'll perpetuate, toxic type of relationships. Meanwhile, how even with Beyonce, with all the single ladies, meanwhile, they're not practicing that behind the scenes. Oh, you had even Future with the Molly in the Mask Off song. Meanwhile, other rappers doing interviews saying he's not even about that life, doing any of that. That's not even something. So it's always good for you for them to perpetuate this. Tyler Perry is no different. Tyler Perry is no different. And I'm going to give it to y'all like how Monique said, in my Tyler Perry language. I'm going to give it to y'all in my Tyler Perry language, okay? Him sitting there telling you it's acceptable for a man to just pay a light bill, and he's not your Elohim. He's not Elohim. He's not the Most High. So what was the standard that the Most High set forth for men? We could take this back to the beginning in the garden. Adam was put there to be looking over and to be working in the garden. Everything was afforded to him. He decided to go left from that and not walk in his headship, to not do that. And then what happened? The Most High said, oh no, you got to get out my house. Like any father would when you disrespect him after he lay down the law and what his standard is. So you wanted to settle for mediocrity and not walk in leadership and headship. And then Hasatan pulled the bait and switch with you because he knew what was going to happen. He knew what the Most High set forth. So he did the old bait and switch. Same thing they doing today. And then also you got to pay attention, like I said, to these gender wars where they trying to have men going their own, and then they trying to also get the women going a way that the Most High did not tell them to go. See, the broad path is broad. They try to say it's many options, but the narrow path is a path that a lot of people don't want to go because it's not easy. And I want y'all to go take a look at a video on Witness Our Divine. They talk about marriage and things like that with melanated people and why they don't thrive because of this stuff set up in the West for them not to thrive. The stupidity that they get you into, the covetousness. That's a major thing that's causing this gender war back and forth between the man and the woman. And then not telling men to be the kick in their behind that they need to walk into headship. Get out of trying to compete with your women. That's not your role. Stop acting like Hasatan, who is jealous of the woman's seed, who is jealous of Mother Chawa, who's jealous of Eve. You have to overcome that. If not, you're going to be in that lake. Okay? So you see them, covetousness turns to jealousy, turns to envy. And this is what you see. Envy is when it's not good enough to want what a person have. You want to now eliminate that person so you can become that person. And what do you see men doing? Trying to force themselves into women's spaces. I want to be in your sports. I want to be woman of the year. I want to participate in your sacredness of giving birth. I want to do all of the things that you do because I'm jealous and envious of you. They don't want to admit this. This is why they sit up here and talk about, and I got to keep it real because I had this discussion with some brothers the other day. This is a trick from Hasatan. Hasatan is jealous with that narcissistic spirit of pride, right? They always try to point you to Jezebel. But they don't want to ever talk about Ahab, the covert narcissist, pulling the strings behind Jezebel, that's the face. So they got all these Jezebels, with this modern woman mess around, right? But they don't never look at who pulling the strings. They don't never look at who created the monster behind all of this. The Most High warned them, don't prostitute thy daughters, lest the whole nation fall to whoredom. But they was good. They was good with living lasciviousness. They was good with, initially, I'm gonna tell you, this is what happened. This is what happened. We're gonna get to this light bill situation. This is what happened. They know that marriage is an inner desire that the Most High puts in women. They know what being with our own kind of man is an inner desire. This is why most melanated women today still want a melanated man, and they want that relationship to work because that's an inner desire that the Most High has put in the women, right? He put in the women to want that. What they did was they perverted it, and they started trying to use marriage as a charm and a bargaining chip. And they started playing games with the women. You had the a certain church, I'm not going to name the name, where they came up with, oh, we need to get women dressing immodestly because this will take a shot at the men. This will destroy the family unit. Oh, I got videos to talk about that. Oh, yes, that's what they did. So now you got men, now that they see, because they talk about women hitting the wall all the time. But now you got a bunch of men, they want righteous women, but now all they see running the streets is 304s and these women that's lost, and they're in vanity, and they're running after all of the things that were given to them by the fallen ones, like the weave, the makeup. All of that stuff is attached to the marine kingdom, where it keeps those women in a perpetual cycle of just vanity, where they miss it because they can't see, and so they get deliverance. So you got that going on, and they're so far to the left that they can't see, and then you got the men that's so far to the right where they can't see, and they can't seem to get it right. So now you have Tyler Perry trying to further fuel the gender war. How, KB, you ask? So with the men doing their own thing and the disloyalty of them taking women from other nations, which that's totally going against Torah, that's totally going against what the Most High Yah instructed these men to be doing, them partaking in strange flesh, totally against what the Most High told them to be doing. All of the things that the Most High is against, a lot of them were in participation of. So this all goes back to the generational curses. If you read Deuteronomy, it talks about what was going to happen, what was going to become of the men, and all this stuff with the men and the, la policia in the street, all of that other stuff. It talks about that. And a lot of people, they look at the Gentiles with this fury, but they're not looking at the actions of their forefathers and their own community and what caused this to go forth. Okay, the Most High got pissed off with our people because he did not want us in participation of some of the things these other nations was doing. So all these other nations did was they finessed and they just, it's like somebody putting a bottle of a substance in front of you. You have the choice on whether you're going to deal with that or not. But if you choose to take it, then it's on you. A person, that's how the enemy do. They could tempt and try to persuade, but ultimately it's on you and your choice on if you're going to do it or not. And the effects and the consequences for our community, as you can see, are real. You can see what, what happened. You get what I'm saying? And it's kind of infuriating that you have Tyler Perry literally making fun of our men, telling them that it's acceptable for them to just be able to pay a light bill when the Most High said that they're supposed to be providers. They're supposed to be protecting. And this don't even got nothing to do with even their own women. They're supposed to be in place for the nation. The priest wasn't in just protection of their own individual families. They were in protection of the nation, having to make sure that people were not doing things spiritually that was going to be a curse to the whole nation of people. See, people don't understand. They always thinking on an individual level. No, the nation as a collective is why you went into the transatlantic. Because of the wickedness that was going on, the idolatry that was going on. And they still do it today. The women, the worship of self, that the goddess type of energy. But it's not even just the goddess type of energy, because if you are a child of the Most High Yah, which I'm talking about the bloodline descendants, we're not talking about that Christianity stuff. We talking about the bloodline descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then if you are a Gentile that you want to be grafted in and want salvation, that's a whole different story, where you have to leave your forefathers stuff they was doing alone, let them lies go, and you have to submit to the Most High Yah. And you have to submit to the things of the Most High Yah. Okay? So basically, the Gentiles that are going to come with us when we, when we get up out of here, y'all are the ones who the Most High has been putting it on y'all to help the Yasharelites to realize who they are again, to get the ball rolling on what we need to get going. It's a y'all are like, wait, I read this book, let me give it to the people. Y'all don't like, you've been seeing it. You've been seeing Gentiles making videos like, I can't believe these people don't know, or they just been terrified, like, oh, let me the lies that my forefathers have told is a situation. And I just feel like that's messed up on both sides, because on Yasharel's side, you got the bugged out stuff our forefathers did that got us into this mess, right? And even some of the stuff that we're doing today that is further agitating the Most High, or I would say irritating the Most High, where he's done with it. You could literally look and see New York is underwater. Where that Jezebel spirit is underwater. Jezebel had the spirit of pride, vanity, all of that stuff. Why all these places underwater? You see the places where idolatry is going on, earthquakes, fires, all of this stuff going on. People think it's a game. Now you got Tyler Perry up here telling men it's acceptable to not live up to your role in the relationship. You should just be okay with paying the light bill and occasionally taking, your girl out to dinner. It just need to be about love. When marriage is not about love. Because love is a fleeting emotion that if you, and then see, this is this Western Greek ideology where they teach you to operate in relationships based off of emotion. And then we're not supposed to do that. We have emotions because our Father, Abba Yah, has given us emotions. This is why it say, you need to trust in the Most High Yah for him to lead you, because your heart is wickedly deceitful. You feel in your heart, right? You be like, oh, I felt that with my heart. I did this with my heart, right? Your heart is deceitful. This is why you can have women where they original intention is good, where they want a man, they want to be loved. All of that is stuff that the Most High has put in them to want. But sometimes that will cloud their judgment if they're thinking with their heart and not logic, not spiritual discernment, not, following what the Ruach HaKodesh is telling them. This is why you had the girl saying, yeah, love me at my worth. This stupid stuff this dude is saying. And it's like, we got to stop listening to people that's trying to play us. Because it was insulting to the men. Like, I felt for the men that he got up there and insulted y'all and said that all y'all is do what you can, baby. And started talking in a Medea voice. Like, as a whole joke. Do what you can. Y'all ladies, keep y'all lists. Keep y'all lists to high standards. The Most High Yah said he lift up a standard. So you want women to drop their standards to degradation to further destroy the community. That's what he low-key was saying. If my Father got a standard, then why shouldn't I have a standard? The Father have a standard for men, and he have a standard for women. All that Christianity, come as you are, that's not in the Torah. That's not in the Bible. When you present yourself, you are to come correct and present yourself coming correct out the gate, because you can't just be in the presence of the Most High any old kind of way. That is a lie from hell, that you could be around the Most High any kind of way and he just accept that. See, this is what I'm telling y'all. If you read about sacrifices and stuff, the Most High people would be doing stuff like fasting, praying, and trying to offer up burnt offerings, and the Most High will reject that. That you have to act like your Father. Your Father have a standard. And when I say act like your Father, your characteristics and your personality, when you spend time with Yahushua HaMashiach, when you spend time learning, because he was like he was the perfect one. So when I say when you spend time with him, Yahushua always led you back to Yahweh the Father. And he always told you, not my will, Yah, but your will. So he'll always lead you back to the perfect will of the Most High for your life. And the perfect will for women is not to be for the streets, not to be from man to man to man to man, not to be dealing with low level, low hanging fruit that's not bringing providership. Because let me tell you something, none of our forefathers was on no bum type of time. Abraham had provisions. We know King David came with provisions. Jacob came with provisions. Even when he got when Esau ran off with the lick, he still was given provisions where he worked. He was given a wife, didn't want that first wife because he wasn't really, feeling her attractive wise. He wanted her sister, Rachel, and he worked. Even when he got swindled, he was like, I'm gonna work for her. Oh no, I got to get that. Even when Isaac needed a wife, right? They went showing that they was able to provide. Okay, let me give you these bangles, these gold bangles. Let me give you this nose ring to let you know that we're coming with some provisions. Because in order to live and to survive, you have to come with provisions. This is not about, now there are some women that are gold diggers, and I would say that that's a form of materialism and vanity. But we're not talking about that. A man is supposed to be able to protect and provide. That is the standard. If you cannot come up to the standard, you're not in a position for a wife or a woman, period. You're not. And to be listening to these men dog you out by saying you should be good with paying a light bill, they want y'all to be in a conquered state and not be in a competitive state with these other nations of men. And they laugh and sit back laughing at y'all. See, and it's hypocritical because they don't want the women to be working and to have all these resources out of a competitiveness, because they're, some of these men, not all of these men, let me tell you, because there's a lot of brothers that's doing their thing, but there are a group of bum skitty bum 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 bums bum 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 bums that they the issue, they the problem out here. They don't want to do nothing more than what they doing. They're complacent, and they think that you should want them on their blow-up air mattress and dust. They really do. They really think that that's acceptable, and this is because there has not been no elderly leadership from the men that came before them to tell them that that's not acceptable, young man, for you to be trying to present that to any woman. Period. That's not acceptable. And they know half of the stuff that these men doing today would have not been acceptable back in the day. Period. Parents, first of all, you had to get through a woman's parents even to have access to her. And they would be looking at, he don't come from the right family. He come from trash. Get him out of here. Oh no, he don't have enough finances. He's not suitable. Because going forth and multiply. This is why the Most High say, he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Most High. A lot of these men are in competitiveship with their woman, and they need their woman to obtain favor from the Most High. Because everything, like when you link with a woman, it gives you favor where the Most High enlarges your territory. Because you're now stepping into the mantle of husband and fatherhood and all that other stuff. So you need more. Like as opposed to when you're single, you need less because you're just providing for you. So the Most High, on that level of you just providing for you, you just going to be able to provide for you. But a lot of guys is trying to quench the intellectualism of women. They're trying to quench their ideas and stuff, and a lot of times your lady is the one with the idea to put y'all on to millionaire status, and a lot of y'all pride get in the way of accepting that. So this Tyler Perry low hanging fruit is crazy. And y'all shouldn't listen to that. That's just, this is part one of my thoughts. Because y'all know I got a lot of them.